Town, and we are at the Comic Expo 2016, and we are here with...
I'm Craig Boldman. I am a writer for Archie Comics and other comic book companies.
How long has Archie been out?
Archie, if you don't know about Archie, Archie is a teenager. He's 17 years old, but he has been around for 80 years. So it's very strange. He's frozen in time, and you can look at his older comics, and they take place in different settings because they take place in at the time that they were written, and yet he stays the same age. So that's his issue.
That's very interesting. Do you like writing Archie, or would you rather try to branch off more?
Well, Archie's not the first comics that I wrote. My first professional work in comic books was writing Superman, actually. I wrote Superman stories for about a year, and then this was for an editor named Julie Schwartz, who was very instrumental in reviving the comics industry in the 60s, and he continued on into, I believe, the early 80s. And I worked with Julie for the final year that he worked before his retirement. And then after I finished up with that, I moved on and started working with Archie and stayed there for many years.
Do you miss doing any of the superheroes, or have you planned on making Archie kind of like a superhero side?
Well, Archie turned out to be very easy for me to write. It was I had a real knack for it. It was very natural for me to write. I like writing humorous stories, which is what these were. And they were very short stories, and I sort of liked that. I would write one, and what would happen was I wrote about a story a week for Archie. And in the middle of writing one, I would always come up with an idea for the next story. So it was never a matter of me struggling for an idea. So that was great. Now that I've done plenty of that, I've done those for about 20 plus years. I did the comic books. Actually, it was there was an Archie comic book there's a comic that they published called Jughead, Jughead is Archie's best friend, and they do a book about him as well. That was my main comic. But I also did the Archie newspaper strip, which was running at the time. So I would write that every day for about 20 years now. Everybody that's in the comics business has ideas of their own that they come up with that they want to do. And as time is rolling on, I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to do one of these ideas of my own, I better get on with it, because I'm not getting any younger. Even though I'm youthful, I'm still 25 or whatever. But anyway, so now I'm doing a series of my own. Take a look at it right here. You can check it out at craigboldman.com. It's called Taily Poe. I'm posting updates on there about the progress of this series. Next month we'll have a collection of it started out as a webcomic on my website. That's all been collected into 3 volumes. Those are going to be coming out in about a month or so. And then we'll be doing an ongoing comic book series. So that's where I'm putting my attention right now. It'll be a good series. It's humorous like Archie, except it's more, it's in some ways it's sort of like a series like The Addams Family or something. It has like the spooky sort of supernatural aspect to it. It's actually based on an old Appalachian folktale. That was the original Taily Poe, but the series that I'm doing has gone off in a way different direction, so it's a lot of fun to work on. And I'm doing the artwork as well as the writing for this.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.